Slop. If you don't know, HOI4 has recently turned 10 years old. Now I want to look back on the old Slop channel, a few of the mods we've played over the years that I've either completely forgot about or just really don't deserve to be looked at ever again. That's not because they're obviously not really good mods, but simply down to the fact they've just not either been updated or a one-time thing on the channel. And I don't think it's too surprising to figure out what we're doing today, considering what's on the damn screen. But yeah, I got a couple of mods we're going to look at today. We're going to see where HOI4 modding has really come from. A little under, I think maybe 9 or so years ago, it was 2017 this mod came out. I'm not too sure if it's been updated since then. We are on an old version of HOI4 if you can't tell, by the way. This was never updated past 2017. I played a wee little mod called the Desk mod. It's on my channel. For some reason, people still reference it to this day. And I thought I'd go look and have a see what I was playing back in the day. I'm not going to do a full playthrough of the Desk mod. Funnily enough, it's not that in depth, but I just wanted to see what it involved. First off, if you're asking me, do I remember playing the Desk mod? No, no, I do not. Not in the damn slightest do I remember playing the Desk mod, which is why I'm so surprised. Apparently, I was playing it down in Africa and a little bit of Turkey there. Interesting. Okay, so Desk mod, we get the German spirits, which is interesting. We have the Desk dictator modifier, which means I think we've just gone ahead and copied Germany's one. We have, oh look at that, they've renamed every single faction to Desk, just in case you had forgotten. You're playing the Desk mod. But yeah, there was really a sweet spot in HOI4 modding where this was it, man. Like this is all we were doing back in the day, just playing dumb little mods that were just stupid memes. Oh, I did like actually there, look, we've got a couple. We've got stolen Bugatti, human disguised as a human disguised as a Panzer tank, Desk, meow, stolen Bugatti again, and guess what? Desk. I don't remember this really having much in it, and unsurprisingly, this is the focus trait. Desk, 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 desk. That's it. All this does is, that one annexes Saudi Arabia, so that does summon. Oh, they're also 0-day focuses, so if you ever just, didn't really want to play HOI4, guess what? You don't have to play HOI4 if you don't want to, because here you go, look at the desk. Did any of these give you, like, manpower or anything? I kind of assumed you might need a little bit of manpower here. Nope, not a single bit of manpower the desk mod gives you. Can we get, like, a 10-year remaster of the desk mod? I'm assuming that's all that's in it. Wait, do we get a general? Yep, we do get a general. Guess what? It's desk. It's literally desk, 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 and desk. Someone probably had one hell of a fun time, I don't know, on a weekend free just doing this. There's nothing else to show, by the way. That was the desk mod. It's kind of funny to look back and think I've somehow managed to get a whole video out of whatever I did here. I don't know. I'm assuming I was just screaming and losing my mind the entire time. But anyway, let's go look at a different mod. Next up, another mod that I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. I don't remember playing, but I did play it, which is the weird thing about all of this. It's easy to think that, oh, damn, yeah, I'm going to remember everything I've ever done, especially when it comes to videos, because people will reference videos that I've made, and I have no idea what they're on about. But damn, I think I've just played so much HOI4, and I was just pumping out so much HOI4 content back in the day that some stuff, I mean, it did not stay in my head. And this is absolutely one of them. I'm trying to find a few of the big mods I remember people always referencing though, and this does kind of ring a bell in my head, and there's a reason that it will ring a bell in your head too when you clock on. I think you've probably already noticed it, haven't you? It's right there, like a little tumor sticking out the UK. Yeah, this is the What If Tesco Won World War I mod. Now, this is actually kind of unlocking in my brain now, and I do think this was around the time that obviously What If X1X was really popular in HOI4 modding, and thus found itself being parodied quite a bit. But here we are. This is Tesco. We are led by Zivko Topolovic. No idea who that is. I guess he's Tesco's top guy. And we've got a few name replacements. Tesco Democratic Union, Tesco People's Republic, Tesco Empire Union, Tesco Monarchy. I mean, not a lot of thought put into it, but just enough, am I right? Now, believe it or not, unlike the desk mod, this did actually put a little bit of effort into their focus tree. Look at that. I like how they've even gone ahead and labeled them correctly up here. You could do the boring path or the fun path. And I do like they've put a little bit of effort into here, you know, for the chavs, which is a very dated reference even at the time, so it's even more dated nowadays, because I don't think we've seen chavs in a very long time in the UK. It's nothing crazy though. It looks like a little bit of expansion. We get a core on London. We just owned London before that, by the way. We just straight up control it, and this just keeps giving us more of the UK's land. Very funny. You know what, actually, let's just go through the tree here and just see what happens. I guess we're not really going to play. I don't have time to do that today, but I just want to see how we end up. Okay, so that gave us London. There you go. Wow, we've done it, Zivko. You're my top guy. I mean, it's literally in your name. My top guy, Mr. Topolovic. Cool. And then we do march to Sussex. Prepare for war. Just gives us loads of forts in London. Do they actually expect you to do a bit of fighting? They might. Will they though? I haven't looked ahead. No spoilers, all right? Don't want to ruin my Tesco World War I what if scenario mod. I'm in it for the story, all right? I'm here, and yeah, it does look like we just go fight the UK after here. But this also gives us a bit more land, and this gives us a bit more land. Look at that, man. We've really done it. This is groundbreaking back in the day. I mean, it really wasn't, but funnily enough, it is kind of, I won't say on par with the mods that were coming out back in the day. Because it's not. It's really not. But the fact they actually did put a bit of effort into a focus tree, it did kind of put them a step above mods like the desk mod, which in all fairness was a bit of a shitpost in itself. So I don't think anyone was expecting too much of the desk mod. But, you know, Tesco mod so far, it does look like it's completely playable. I would give it a go. I already did it. I don't remember what I did in it, but did it. It does really fill me with a lot of nostalgia though. Oh, look, they've even renamed it Tesco headquarters. That's crazy. If we got any advisors, Tesco Extra, Tesco Express. We got the Scotland branch, the Bristol branch, the Portsmouth branch, and the Southend branch. Any generals or anything? Oh, it's more branches. So they've just renamed everyone to various branches where the Tesco's are. But do we have a general though? We don't have any troops. Check. Angry chavs. Chavs in tanks. Chavs on mountains. I'd love to know who made this mod and where they are now. Let's see. Did we get ourselves a general? We did not. We've just got more random Slavic people. At least we got Georgy Nikolov Popov King. I don't know if back in the day people were just making these little crappy mods just for the fun of it, or they were trying to bait in YouTubers to do them. Because if they were, they definitely worked. Because it baited me into it. And obviously, with a mod like the Tesco mod, of course I had to come running. But yeah, that's the Tesco mod. Pretty cool. Let's go look at another one. Now, it'd be a real big crime if I didn't show off this mod, right? It's a Lazy Town mod, because of course it is. Yep, this was it's weird to say, a defining moment on the channel, just playing the Lazy Town mod. It was actually how we got ourselves a whole bunch of subscribers back in the day. Every, I think, like goal or subscriber goal, I would do another episode continuing the save, which is actually a bit of a rare thing, honestly. I can't imagine nowadays people would be like, hey, you want to watch part 2 of my Lazy Town playthrough? I wouldn't want to watch part 2 of it. But it got really convoluted, and I remember really running out of stuff to do in that playthrough. But we kept at it. We kept at it for a while, and then we eventually moved on from the Lazy Town mod, which I just want to point out, by the way, doesn't have anything different about it other than the country leaders and the flag. And yeah, there's a couple of memes here and there. I mean, they've done a hell of a number on the German flag there. The Rotten Reich. But as far as I'm aware, it doesn't actually change anything about focus trees or anything like that. And that was one of the first mods for HOI4 I think I really would have played back in the day that wasn't like a total overhaul mod. It was just a really generic, absolutely terrible mod that didn't really add too much other than a few country leaders, but it was one hell of a game, you know? We had loads of fun in it and somehow stretched it out for multiple videos. They have gone ahead and actually renamed a whole bunch of nations as well. Busybody, Surrender Republic, the Flobby Rotten Republic. A lot of these references are going to be completely lost on me, and I think they probably were at the time because I've never watched Lazy Town. It's a little bit out of my age range. But it was, of course, like a huge meme back in the day. There were a lot of shit posts with Robbie Rotten stuff, and I remember the song, you know, song about baking a cake, and that was everywhere. And I think it's kind of funny to look back at just how simple things we were entertained by back in the day. Definitely not saying it's any different now. I think, if anything, the humor has really devolved even further, which is great for me. Keeps you all entertained, right? Look at that. US's Lazy Town. It's Spartacus up there. There he goes. Again, nothing to do with Spartacus other than just have a name change. But it is really nostalgic looking back, because the Lazy Town ones I do actually remember quite a bit, because obviously that was a very formative time for the channel. It really was at the beginnings, and the huge growth we initially saw was from what you are looking at right now, which is crazy to think about. Again, would love to know what these people who made this mod are up to nowadays. It'd be really interesting to see what you guys ended up doing with your life, you know? In fact, one mod I wanted to look at, but I just can't find it anywhere. I think it's been deleted. Was the guy that made the Hong Kong mod. I don't know if you remember me playing it. I think I had to unlist it because of if you don't know, a lot of the old videos that I try not to remove, but there was a specific like epidemic sound song I think I used back in the day that somebody went on later to copyright. So to deal with that, I've just unlisted a lot of those videos, because YouTube has actually added a tool now where you can remove songs, but well, it just means you'd be listening to nothing for a good 4 minutes of the video. So I've just unlisted them for now. People have re-uploaded them, so if you ever want to look for them, just Google them. People, you will find them pretty quickly. But yeah, some guy made like a Hong Kong mod, and it just made Hong Kong like really big, and it was I just couldn't find it anywhere. I think he took it down, but that guy did message me at some point, I think in my comment section maybe, I can't remember what he said, but he did like be like, hey, I made the Hong Kong mod back in the day, you hope you will or something. And it was kind of interesting to see, you know, that someone's still around like that. So that was really cool. I would have loved to also check out that Hong Kong mod, but unfortunately lost to time, it seems, which a lot of HOI4 mods have ended up doing. Unfortunately, I would like to, you know, look at a few back in the day. I feel like the Warlord mod for China, I remember that one. That was, people really wanted me to go back to that, but I think the mod developer took it down because I think they may have been Chinese and got in trouble for it. I think. This could be wrong. I might be mixing that up with something else, but I remember that happening. But yeah, I can't find that video on my channel either, but I think that might have been around like the adpocalypse time on YouTube, and that it was really like a minefield uploading back in the day on YouTube, where you'd upload, it'd get demonetized, you'd have to re-upload it 50 times, and I think I eventually just gave up trying to upload some videos, so it might have been up for a while but then got demonetized, and I was like, I'm taking it down, because there's a lot of hysteria back in the day on what would get you demonetized and what wouldn't, and if keeping videos up that have been demonetized would ruin your channel, and some of the stupidest videos got demonetized on my channel back in the day. I think like I made a Kingdom Come video, just got demonetized out of nowhere randomly like a week after. There was I think a HOI4 one where I was playing like bringing the Tsar back as Russia, got demonetized. Uploaded it on the second channel, was completely fine, didn't get demonetized. That was the weirdest thing about it. All right, I'm just rambling now. We're talking about mods and I'm rambling about the adpocalypse. You know, we're old. We're old. But yeah, there were a couple other mods I would have liked to have looked back on, like the Warlord mod. I think there's probably a new iteration of the Warlord mod. If you don't know, it just changed the entire map just to be Warlord states over in China. If you can find that video on my channel, and I just don't know what it's called, by the way, leave a comment down below, but I think it might be gone. Obviously, the Hong Kong mod as well was pretty cool. And then there was also a mod that I was kind of contemplating doing, which was the Middle Eastern Crusade mod thing that got me an article written about me, which is I'm not going to reopen that can of worms, so honorable mention, I guess. But yeah, that is a little look back at what we used to deal with in terms of HOI4 modding, and nowadays people just don't know, how good they have it with some of the mods that come out. It is insane what we had to put up with. Not that these weren't great, but there is definitely an aura of not much effort put into them. But that's why they were good, though. It was just a cool little thing you do a one-off video on, you don't think too much about, and it was great. It was really fun just to refresh that workshop every day, and there would be something new like this, where there's just a tiny bit of content, but you can sure stretch it out for 10 minutes on YouTube, apparently. But yeah, that was your daily slop, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe down below, and let me know what are your favorite mods back in the day that were a little bit niche and nobody else has ever talked or thought about but you, because they've been forgotten to time. Just like this video will be after you've watched it and you never come back again.